Namaste. My name is JVN Rishi Gautam from Department of Journalism. Today we will discuss about preparation for journalistic interview. यानी कि एज अ जर्नलिस्ट जब हम किसी का इंटरव्यू करने जाते हैं या जाने वाले होते हैं उससे पहले किस तरह के प्रिपरेशंस की ज़रूरत पड़ती है, एक पत्रकार को किस तरह के प्रिपरेशंस करने चाहिए, इस वीडियो लेक्चर में हम उसकी चर्चा करेंगे. There's a saying in newsrooms that good interviews follow the two P's, persistence and preparation. Persistence is necessary to persuade people to be interviewed, and it is essential in following a line of questioning that the subject may find objectionable. Preparation may consist of a few minutes spent glancing through a story in last week's newscast before dashing out to interview a congresswoman on a flying visit to look at the local veterans hospital where cutbacks have affected care. It may be a prolonged examination of clippings, material from Nexus, and articles that databases have turned up for a profile of the new university president. Clyde Herverman, a New York Times columnist, says exhaustive research is the basic building block of a successful interview. The first one is research. A.J. Liebing, a master reporter who moved from the newspaper newsroom to the New Yorker magazine, is quoted in the most of A.J. Liebling, edited by William Cole. The preparation is the same whether you are going to interview a diplomat, a jockey, or an ichthyologist. From the man's past, you learn what questions are likely to stimulate a response. Research begins with the library's clippings about the subject. If the topic has more than local importance, or if the interview is well known. The New York Times Index, facts on file, or a database may have a reference that can be useful. The Reader's Guide to Periodical Literature may list a magazine article about the topic or the person. Who's Who in America and other biographical dictionaries can be consulted. Most of these reference works are on CD-ROM and are accessible online. People who know the interviewee can be asked for information. The resources provide material for three purposes. They give the reporter leads to tentative themes and to specific questions. They provide the reporter with a feel for the subject. They provide useful background. Report. This was the fifth session. Claudia Diffuse was spending with Dan Rather for a profile, and they knew a mile high barrier separated them. Finally, she told Rather, "This isn't working." Rather agreed, and he invited Dreyfus to accompany him in his pickup from Sam Houston State University in Hostvilla, from which he graduated, south to Wharton, where he was born, and then over to Austin for dinner. Back home, Rather relaxed and opened up, complaining about his ill-fated pairing with Connie Chung on the CBS Evening News and worrying about the cost cutting that has affected news coverage. With experienced subjects, interviews usually go smoothly as both stand to gain from the interview. The subject will have his or her ideas and comments before the public, and the reporter will have a story. But with less experienced sources, or with those who are reluctant to speak to the questions and reporter is there to ask, there can be tension. The reporter has to find ways to reach the source. Thank you.